gonna be single for the rest of my life. Are you crying? No.
Said day one of trying to find my mom at 50. After all of that hooting and hollering, after all of that, ooh, I'm drinking in the club. Give me some nonsense. Sitting at home, breaking down, cutting a watermelon.
This is day 7 of 21 days of dating in real life to see if I can find a match off the apps. I was excited for Atlanta Tech Week and the possibility of making professional and romantic connections. I went to an executive mixer hosted by Delta and I was flying high until imposter syndrome hit me. I work in tech in a non-tech role and I was feeling like I just didn't belong. People keep saying I'm brave for doing this, but yeah, I get social anxiety too. I only spoke to a couple of folks and I dipped and went home feeling defeated. But Tech Week was just getting started and baby, so was I. The next day at Pond City Market, I was eyeing a Rivian mixer and a rooftop party, but I didn't have a ticket for that. Couldn't find the mixer, so I asked 2 guys for directions. One gave me a drink, the other, Kelsey. He tried to convince me that we knew each other, even though we definitely just met, and the 3 of us started chopping it up. Kelsey eventually walked me down to the mixer. Turns out he actually co-owns the Upper Room bar where I met him. He's married, so this wasn't about to be a thing, but I quickly realized he's like the mayor of Ponce. Had to shake at least 10 hands and kiss 3 babies in every room we were in. I just knew I was getting on that roof if I stuck with him, and best believe I did. He got us into a speakeasy upstairs and we killed time before a private party started. We toasted to being old friends, Lord. Mind you, real friends put their single friends on, but he said he ain't know no one, which is actually crazy. We took a side quest to grab a bottle from his bar and then went back outside where the roof line got crazy. But the finesse king did his thing and we got back on the roof in time for the party. Kelsey introduced me to more of his friends once the private party started, including one who was actually single. I met a bunch of cool people and I just really enjoyed going in whatever direction the night was taking me in. Now, mind you, I went from feeling like I didn't belong at Tech Week to Kelsey introducing me to the Tech Week organizers. Change your mindset, change your life, I guess. I exchanged a few socials and had the best night of my series so far. As always, let me know where you think I should go next.
I mean, if nothing else, you're going to make some connections and that's going to help you, I'm assuming, in your life, in your business. It's good to know these types of people. Once again, I commend you on doing this. A lot of women would continue to think that they're the prize. Not saying that you're throwing yourself out there and being desperate and throwing yourself all over men. It's just that a lot of these ladies think that men are peasants to them.
Listen, let me give y'all nigga free game because somebody got to tell y'all. I don't think nobody told y'all. When you bag a bitch, even if you bag the baddest in your life, even if you never had a bad like that ever, and you know that bitch don't know that. All right? Once you let me know that I'm the baddest you ever had, I'm going to start looking at you different. I'm going to start looking at you different because then I'm going to start noticing why other bad bitches don't with you. And then the more I notice, like, damn, you really never had a bad bitch before, the more I'm going to start to reflect, like, why? Why am I the one giving you the chance? So moral of the story is, don't let her know you don't get. That's such a turn off. Like, it's not about to get cut off.
You're too old to be talking like this, just seeking attention. This is sad. Another comment said, who do y'all be thinking y'all are, though? Another person said, a sad world we're living in, chat. Another dude said, you can't be effing serious.
One time I go out of my comfort zone. I was like, you like that? And he literally was like, top 3 for sure. Why would you say that? And what, can I have a list, please? What the?
If you're insecure, just say that. Focus on him, babes.
I'm gonna try and be really vulnerable right now as a 29-year-old who is about to turn 30 in a couple of months. I love who I've become as a person, but I feel so far behind. And everything I want seems so far away, and I feel like I have so little time to get there. I just got out of a relationship. I broke up with someone who I thought I was going to marry and have kids with, and I saw my whole future planned out with this person only for it to be a lie. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. The older I get, the harder dating gets. It's so hard to find like a good, genuine person, and I feel like expired. And I feel so rushed to get everything right and done, and I need to be perfect. I'm turning 30 and no one's gonna love me anymore. I'm not gonna be as pretty. I've had so much trauma happen to me that I don't feel like I'm the same person I was when I was young. I try to be happy, but I'm gonna be honest, I haven't felt happy in a really long time. And sometimes I feel bad about that because I feel ungrateful for the good things I do have in my life. I feel lost and behind compared to everyone else, and they're starting families and having kids and getting married, and it's all I've ever wanted, and I don't know when that's gonna be for me. Like, when is my time for that to happen? I don't have a lot of friends. I live in a big city, but I feel so alone. I'm in school still, and I'm proud of myself for going back, but it also is so hard. And I believe that like God has a plan for me, but sometimes I lose faith in that, and then I feel guilty. I just feel bad that I don't have enough trust in God to like figure it out for me.
So you probably need to seek some sort of help, some sort of therapy. You said you just got out of a relationship, so you probably need to kind of take it easy, chill for a bit. I wouldn't encourage you to do what a lot of these modern women do, and that is go out there, just find the next person that you think is going to love you. They show you attention that you really need in the moment, and you end up doing a little bit more than you planned on doing. You get mad at yourself. You go to somebody else, you do the same thing, and it's a continuous cycle. Then when you're about 35, you're talking about where are all the good men. Maybe you have a child by that point in time because of your decisions. So basically all I'm saying is don't go out there and do anything silly, right? You can go out there and have fun, do your thing, but just don't make any permanent decisions to the best of your ability.
I've had my husband blocked on TikTok for years because, like I've said before, my activity on the internet is none of his business. But recently I was feeling kind, so I unblocked him. And at first his intrusion into my internet life started slow. It was him liking my videos. It was him sending me things. It was fine. I didn't love it, but it was fine. But recently, he's crossed the line. We were chatting this morning, and he just casually looks at me and he goes, "I see you followed somebody named Girthmaster." None of his business. And I didn't know what to say, so I just got red in the face and was like, I didn't say any, I fumbled, I didn't, and it just, this is my private space, this is my private internet. He's about to get blocked again, I swear to God.
All I know is that if my man had me blocked on social media, my feelings could not withstand it. Even if my man watched all my content that popped up on his feed, but he just one time swiped to the next video before the end of my video, my feelings could not withstand it. And I understand having a private space, but isn't it your relationship that's the private space? Not the space between you and your followers or the people that you follow? I don't know, do what you want, but a good rule of thumb, I believe, is that if you wouldn't do it in front of them, you shouldn't do it.
If someone tagged me in this, she's mad that men are making their own version of the T app. Now, if you don't know what the T app is, walk with me. Okay, now the T app is an app that only women can get on. Like, you have to prove you're a woman to be on there. And it's essentially anonymous, but what happens on there is you can date a guy and essentially write a review about him, and since he's not on the app, he can't see it. The mission statement is more so warning women if there's like a predator, if someone hits women, if someone cheats, which is a super great idea until you think about it for 2 seconds. Because again, any woman can say anything anonymously about any man. Meaning, if you've made romantic enemies, they could lie on your name. I haven't talked about it until now because I know people would just be like, oh, well, you must have something to hide. So I was like, you know what, I'll just ignore it for now. But then I saw this post. And she's basically like, oh no, men are making their own version. They were going to use it to destroy women's reputations. Sometimes you gotta wait, bro, and they'll just argue against themselves. It's like it legitimately doesn't cross their mind, wait, an app like this could be used to mess up someone's reputation until they're at risk. And mind you, obviously, every time this app is mentioned, men make that argument, like, what? They can just say anything, they can just lie. And then the women are in there disagreeing, like, nope, they're 100% truthful in there. But now it's like, when the gender that's not them has a version of the app, it's scary. It's like, now you can see all the flaws in the concept. It's actually ridiculous, but I know, like, there's probably someone watching who's, like, super worried about the T app now. Bro, honestly, don't worry about it. I'm saying this as someone who who's made a lot of romantic enemies and just like enemies in general, one, there's nothing you can do. And two, if you're dating someone, right, and they take information from an anonymous app and take it to heart, is that the level of intelligence of someone you want to date anyways? Like truly, I don't know how big it is now, but it's like, I just see the app like imploding. Like there's like something with that idea, something is going to go wrong.
Exactly, bro, because nothing really matters but their feelings. And until they get slapped in the face with how it feels, a lot of these modern women are going to continue to move and act in the way that they do.
Why don't you ever talk about the men that don't pay child support?
Because it's women like you who spread your legs for guys like that. Why don't you ever talk about the responsibility of women who choose irresponsible males to procreate with and then complain later when they're irresponsible?
No.
The women who have a one-nighter with a bartender or a guy on a motorcycle or a musician, and then you complain later on the guy's a deadbeat. He was a deadbeat to begin with.
Why nobody can ever talk to you because you don't let any...
People talk to me all day long. You can't talk to me.
No, I'm trying to talk to you and you're talking over...
Dear, don't tell me you have to do a radio show. I've been doing this for 25 years. I don't need your help.
Oh, okay, let me. Can I please just say this? I was married once before, okay? Mm-hmm. My husband and I had a child together.
Right.
After I was tired of him beating me for 2 years, I left him.
Really? But why did you tolerate it for 2 years? Can you tell me why you tolerated being beaten for 2 years? I'd like to hear about this.
My answer to that is because I was young and stupid.
Okay, I agree with you.
There you go.
You were stupid. No doubt about it. And now what are you going to complain that he doesn't pay child support? A guy who beat you for 2 years? Imagine that. The guy is irresponsible.
Right.
He beat me for 2 years, and now that deadbeat doesn't pay.
So why is it my
There's
fault?
your big concern. Now we see why you're so upset about this. You chose a manifestly irresponsible, violent individual to procreate with. Then you're amazed that the guy doesn't send you child support.
He didn't beat me until
You're still, you know what, dear? You were young and stupid. Now you're old and stupid. I mean, you're still stupid.
Oh, my God. You
are still stupid. You expect a guy who beat you for 2 years now to suddenly become responsible.
I cannot even believe
You're insane.
It is unbelievable.
You can't believe what?
I can't believe that you're still on the radio.
I'm on the radio because I'm right, and I'm on the radio because I've got millions of listeners. That's why.
Yeah, well, you've just lost one.
Dear, you're not the target demographic. I really don't give a rat's ass. I'll bet your husband would agree with me. I'll bet your ex-husband would really agree with me. She hung up.
I can't believe you're making me do this. It'll be fun. If this guy's anything like the last one you set me up with, I'm leaving immediately.
What was wrong with him?
Start with the Air Forces, maybe? I really don't want to go.
You complain every day that you don't have a boyfriend.
Yeah, I want a boyfriend. I don't want to go through the process of like getting one. You just like show up at my door, like I'm done with this. What's our code word? You better pick me up immediately this time. I'm not giving him another chance. I'm so glad I didn't wash my hair for this. Not worth it. I don't even know an outfit. You know what? Honestly, I don't even care. I feel like this is... Should I put like the sweater over? Do I look okay? Not that he should care about my looks. Okay, fine. Bye. I'm leaving.
Good luck. Bye.
Maybe you look okay, but your attitude doesn't. Maybe you should stay home.
Do you want to know what I think the problem is with men these days? I'll tell you. As a woman in her late 30s, I truly just don't really date anymore. I really don't. It's just not worth it because most of you men out here, and I'm not going to speak for all of you. I don't need you all in my comments saying, not me. I think most of you are just on the DL. It's okay to admit it. A lot of you are just too prideful to just admit it. Because let's be real, most of you don't even like women. Like, you hate us. Want to know why I've come to this conclusion? Because I've had not one, not two, not three, but 4 men in the last year or so bring up butt stuff, telling me that they would try it, telling me that they have tried it and liked it. Like, why would you bring that up if you don't? It's okay. Just be true to who you are. If you don't like women, just say that. Just my random thoughts of the day.
Men in the comments with a resounding voice. We want peace. We like peace. Looking for peace. Would love it if we can get peace.
Unpopular opinion. I am fully convinced that a woman should have her father choose her man. I am truly convinced that a man of God should choose his daughter's husband. Women are not capable of choosing a good man. Women are too emotionally driven. Myself and other women that I know too many times have sat and chose a man we knew was no good for us because of our emotions. That's exactly why we need a father to be able to guide us and lead us to a righteous man, to a good man, regardless of how we feel as women. I am 100% convinced that the father is supposed to choose the man for the woman. If we look at divorce rates, 80% or more is initiated by women. It shows that women are having a hard time choosing a partner now that we've been granted all this freedom to choose our own partners, resulting in a lot of broken homes. Not only are we initiating the divorces, but the insane amount of women deciding to be with bad men because of our bodies telling us to do things or our emotions telling us to do things. Living in sin will cause you to do and choose the wrong person. We are supposed to have order. Things are supposed to be done decently and in order. And I am 100% convinced that the men, our fathers, should give us over to marriage to a man of their choosing. Now, I know a lot of y'all gonna automatically go to the extreme. I'm not talking about selling your daughter to a rich person just for the money to oppression. Some fathers actually cared about their daughters and made sure that their daughters would be happy. That's what I'm talking about. The good parts of it. I'm not saying that men should be able to abuse and enslave women, because I know a lot of y'all are finna come for me with such ridiculous extremes. I'm not talking about that. But if we just look at the fruit of what's going on all around us, women have not shown that we are capable of choosing a good man.
I mean, how many men are actually going to continue to say this? I say this. If you don't have a father, or if your father was a deadbeat, looking to having a pastor. Man, my pastor sucks. I'm not even a Christian. Fine. Do you have a nephew? All my nephews perished in the fire of 1812. Great. Do you have cousins? Do you have brothers? Do you have anybody in your life that you've built a solid relationship up with from where you are until now, assuming that you're an adult, that you can go to and say, hey, I really like this guy. What do you think about him? Once again, you probably have men in your friend zone that can help you out with this as well. Or, hear me out, you can probably go on a date with the guys in your friend zone and see if those are actually the guys that you're looking for.
Hear any of it. If you don't hate men, my content is not for you.
Enough said. And that is what you're supposed to do when you don't like someone's content. Or you can just scroll on past. Like, it really is that simple. And I just did that as an example. So if you don't like that somebody only has male bashing content or only female bashing content, and you can clearly tell that they don't speak on men and women, yeah, that's the catch-22. It's like you find your people and you be balanced. Because it makes it's got to be something wrong with you if you got to wake up every morning hating on the opposite sex. Like, it has to be. Whether you're a man or a woman, like, y'all be that pissed off at people that y'all been chose and hunched on and had children with and all of that, that the whole demographic, like, y'all just pissed off at all of them for shit y'all chose. Whew, y'all should have been somewhere at somebody's therapy office a long damn time ago. Because y'all actually really are the damn problem. Like, y'all don't even realize that y'all really are the problem. Like her, and probably several more of them that I done blocked. What is the strong goddamn hate so much for men? But then be the same ones that got brothers and uncles and a daddy, excuse me, nephews, male cousins, and you hate men, they goddamn bad. But will probably step to a female if they was to step at one of them the wrong way. But you get on social media and portray a whole personality on the bandwagon of let's hate all these goddamn dudes at the same time. Yeah, y'all special kind of different. Y'all too damn special for me. I'm talking about everybody else over here.
Y'all know what I realized? I don't like fashion, and I don't like them like super self-care. Like, I need me a grown man. I'm sorry. Like, there is no reason why, as a grown man, you are on your IG story getting a manicure every 2 weeks with clear gel polish and holding up wine glasses at the bar and eating Caesar salads. I'm sorry. Like, it's a hard no for me, because it sounds like you soft launching into something that you just ain't came to terms with and you ain't accepted yet. Like, just live your truth. I miss the days when self-care for men was like them going to go get a haircut and being in the barber shop and like talking on Saturday mornings and going to the car wash and going to the gym. Like, who the is going to be the girls? Like, this world is so up right now. Who's going to be the girls? Who's going to be the men? What's going on, y'all?
So basically what you're telling me is you don't like the fact that a man is doing it as good or better than you are. Sounds like an insecurity to me.
I hate to break it to you, but if you're a man and you're alive right now, you're probably ugly because they be killing all the fine.
So where does that put all the women that are, you know what, never mind.
So my husband calls me the other day and out of the blue goes, "Which one did you want again?" And I was like, "What are you talking about? What one of what?" And he goes, "Okay, great," and hangs up. Turns out he was buying himself 2 ice creams and he didn't want anyone else in line to think that they were both for him. So he just called me as like a scapegoat for his ice cream shame.
I'm not mad at it. I'm really not. This is fantastic.
A guy planning and taking you on dates, buying you flowers, showering you in affection and romance, and doing up romantic surprise gestures is not high standards. It's quite literally the bare minimum.
Okay, a couple issues. For one, the phrase bare minimum, way overused. Like, people are just saying anything's the bare minimum nowadays. But anyways, these like gestures, you know, showering and love and affection, is that like good things to do? Yes. To your partner. The problem here is she's talking about people who are just dating. Like, you meet this person on an app, surprise, all this stuff. It's way too soon for all this, bro. Like, that's what the disconnect is on this dating discourse, right? Because then it's like when men talk about like, what, like, I don't want to do this. It's like, oh, like they're lazy, they're bare minimum effort men. And it's like most men, I feel like, don't have a problem with doing stuff like that if it's for someone they're actually with. And I'm about to show my chronically online this for a second, but I saw this clip, bro, of this streamer. Basically, he was known to be like taking out this young lady, right? You know, he's paying for all the dates, you know, he's like getting her stuff apparently. So I'm like, okay, you know, that must be his girl, whatever, right? And I just move on. But then I see a clip today where he was like, hey, you know, like, would you ever like actually like date me? I was like, what are you talking about? Like, some people are getting on this app and talking about a situation like that where it's like, you're not even really with this person, but they're just like doing these things for you. When these are things that genuinely should be reserved for people in relationships. Otherwise, the man is just a clown, a gesture, a fool, or, you know, again, anyone who's just putting in unreciprocated. Nah, it should always be reciprocal. That's another problem with the video. Like, I feel like anytime there's a video like this, there's like a small, like, little insinuation that's not being reciprocated, but like it wasn't clearly stated, so I'm not just gonna project that. But like, this should absolutely be reciprocated between partners. But also, stuff like this in just a general talking stage for either side is just like too much. You get what I'm saying?
Honestly, I'm flabbergasted. I'm taken back by the number of women that get on this app and talk about how it's the bare minimum for them to be surprised by this and that, and don't be getting none of it. Don't be having none of it being done for them. They're just talking, literally just out here to make another video.
Yesterday, I was talking to my friend about how I don't think this guy likes me and how I think he was friend zoning me. And she was like, well, I don't think he would cuddle you and go to sleep the way you guys did if he didn't like you. And it's so funny because I literally told her, like, the men in my life who have done me the dirtiest have gone to sleep holding me as if their life depended on it. But like, in a man's brain, I fear that doesn't mean anything, because literally, like, they can hold you like that but still hate your guts and practically wish you dead all at the same time. And that is the type of psychology that I will never understand.
Do you think that maybe you guys might be running into the wrong guys? Do you think that maybe you might be running into like a Chad or a Tyrone, and you're not necessarily there to actually get to know the person really deeply, like behavioral wise or integrity? Maybe you're just there to be cuddled and held. And you like that feeling so much that you just stayed on the surface of it. Is there anywhere that you're going to take accountability?
Y'all have completely lost the plot. Like, how is this acceptable? Her caption was, I cheated because I wasn't being loved or treated properly, like with intimacy or some shit like that. Isn't that every man's excuse ever for cheating? Like, I'm not getting intimacy from my partner. And it's not okay when a man does it, but when she does it, she's getting like thousands of likes and comments saying, go girl, you do you, blah, blah, blah. Like, y'all are delusional.
Whenever I see a couple, I can't help but wonder, were you your partner's first choice over everybody else? Or did they settle for you because the person they truly wanted wasn't available? Forgive me if that sounds cynical, but from what I've seen, it feels like relationships are often built on timing, convenience, or circumstance more than anything else. And that's a scary thought.
What's probably even scarier is that you guys don't really know how to be happy. You guys always think about stuff, the wrong stuff. Instead of just going full throttle into doing what you're supposed to be doing, instead of thinking about what could be, what should be, thinking about the positives, the great aspects of your relationship, you guys spend most of your time talking about the negative aspects of it. How can I make this work? What can I do? How can I improve? How can I do more to serve my man? Instead of how much less can I do? What else can I avoid doing? What other tests can I put out there to see if he actually loves me? What other video that I can I send to him to see if he passes the vibe check? You guys really come on this app miserable.
When I was dating my ex, he was always like, I want to grow facial hair, I want to grow facial hair. And I was like, I don't want you to grow facial hair. And one day he asked me, what is it about facial hair that like you don't like? Like, why don't you want me to grow facial hair? And I was like, because that will be blonde and you're a brunette. And he was like, what? And I was like, you're a munch, babe. I don't need everyone knowing my goddamn business. You're gonna try to steal me away from you. And I'm sorry, but I can't fight. You can call it being a hater, but I call it protecting my peace. He has facial hair now, and it's blonde.
I'm telling you, you guys really don't have to say this type of stuff online. You really don't.
So I saw this post talking about how there was going to be like a female club open up or all female club open up, and women were praising it, and I saw some men in the comments complaining about it. So for my opinion, I don't know why this is a thing that anybody would complain about. If you want to have an all-woman club, then have an all-women club. Go have fun. I don't know, like, it doesn't affect me at all, and I don't know why people who it doesn't affect have such a strong opinion about it. And I DJ in clubs, and I see that men can be awful in clubs. Like, I've had to protect women from men in clubs. I have approached men myself and said, hey, look, bro, you're doing too much. I have had security watch certain guys because they could protect women and all that. The only issue I have is not that y'all have an all-woman spaces. I feel like if you need that, then you should absolutely be able to have them. I'm just not a fan of, like, the rhetoric behind it. Like, they make it seem like men in clubs are all monsters and women in clubs are all angels. And from the standpoint of a club DJ, that is not true. Because let's be clear, most women and men who come to the clubs, like, they're fine. They're like, nothing happens. They're cordial. They don't really intertwine, but it's whatever. And there is a sect of men that are just terrible. Let's just get that out the way. But what people don't really discuss is just how terrible women can be in the club. So I'm a club DJ. Being a club DJ is the only job and the only place in my entire life where I could be somewhere and the most beautiful woman I've ever seen in my entire life can start walking up to me, and I'm already irritated. Attractive women in the club are the most entitled people you've ever seen in your entire life. They're so used to being told yes all the time for everything that when they like request a song and I say no, they like sit there waiting for me to explain why. So they'll be like, hey, can you play this? And I'm like, no. And they'll just sit there. So then they'll go flirt with a guy that they're not interested in and get him to walk up to me and request a song, and he'll be like, hey, bro, man, this girl said if I get you to play this song, she'll do this for me. And I'm like, bro, I'm not playing it for her. I'm not playing it for you either. Like, she's not gonna sleep with you because you got her song played. And there's other times where women will get aggressive. Like, I'm DJing and I got the mic in my hand and I'm talking or whatever, and a girl will walk up to me, let me sing this song, and I'm like, no. And then she will physically try to snatch the microphone out of my hand. And because she's a girl and I'm a guy, people watching won't say or do anything. Like, those types of women are the only people that will come to the bar with absolutely no money and then be mad when somebody doesn't buy them a drink. Like, when I DJ at the clubs, it is just, you just constantly watch women manipulating men. And I know y'all are not going to care about that because who cares about men's feelings, but they do it every night. Those type of women also do this thing where they just put themselves in a position to bully men. So, like, there's girls that just like to dance and they just do it for attention, right? They're just shaking their ass for attention. They don't really want to dance with anybody. And there's like a guy over here in the corner. The whole dance floor is full. They're shaking their ass right next to the guy. He's over there like nursing a beer, just not even paying attention to anything. So he'll keep glancing, won't think anything of it. So then finally he'll try to dance with her, and she'll like get this disgusted face and like run away from him. And it's like, he thought you were trying to dance with him because of everywhere in the club you chose right next to him and you are pointing your ass in his direction. Like, there's times these women will get on the couch and they're shaking their ass on the couch eye level. Now there's couches all the way around, okay? All empty. But they'll get on the couch shaking their ass eye level with this guy, and when he looks, they'll freak out. So many women are just rude to the bartenders for not just giving them drinks because they feel like it because I'm pretty. Or those women in the clubs are bullying other women in the clubs who get a lot of attention or who are just minding their business or they feel like they're in their way. And obviously, like, it's a certain kind of woman that I'm talking about. It's not every girl that goes to the club. But the list truly goes on and on and on about how terrible those women can be. So I personally just don't like the rhetoric that men are terrible, women are angels, and that's why they need their own space. It's like, no, have your own space all you want to, but let's not pretend that all women are just angels in the club.
Pretty much. They don't like to say it. They don't like to take accountability for it. And that's why you have the 100 women versus accountability, because they don't want to hear this. When you say it, they're angels. They're perfect citizens. All of these men are all up on them. But when they do stuff to men, like you just said, I saw a woman, and I might try to find the clip and put it in one of these compilations, but I saw a woman walk up to a man, had his headphones in, walking straight. Dude looked good to her, I guess. So she tracked that man down, and that man wasn't paying attention to her. So she decided she was going to grab that man by his arm and make him turn towards her. Then that man looks. Now, if that man would have screamed or acted like he was going to put his hands on her or do something crazy to her, then all of a sudden it would have been, why would you do that? How dare you? How you do that to a woman? She's a woman, bro. But all the time, women get on this app and complain about men flagging them down, trying to talk. Can't you see that I'm in the middle of running? I come here, They do all that foolishness, but it's okay when they chase a man down, make him take his headphones off and speak to them. That man probably saw you over there, or maybe he didn't. That's a missed opportunity for you. There will be others. Leave him alone. But they don't want to hear that because it has to do with accountability.
Tell y'all the reason why I chose to cry in a Rolls Royce instead of a Honda. When I was in a relationship with a rapper, this was 2021. That was like the point for me when I realized that I could have anything in the world. Like, I didn't have to settle for less. You know, I had trips, jewelry, cars, anything I wanted, I got. And mind you, I have dated other rappers and athletes and stuff like that way prior to 2021. However, this was my first real relationship with a rapper. I was the typical, I'm dating for love, I can't be with a man that I'm not attracted to. The rapper I was with at the time, he wasn't as attractive as he is now. None. Went away, did some time, came back, got his shit together, looks amazing now. And I'm actually really happy that he's sober and he looks as great as he does. But regardless, I remember dating men that really didn't have anything and they treated me like complete shit. A little bit of money that they did have, like, very seldom would spend any on me. And if they did, it wasn't much. It was like going out to eat, maybe, going out to eat. Like birthday gifts, like a card from Kroger with no thought for real, or like roses from Kroger, but you didn't even take the time to cut them, trim them, put them in a vase, like clean it up, make it fancy for me. Fast forward to the part y'all want to hear. Unfortunately, I got cheated on by said rapper, like any other woman that dates a rapper. But yeah, so when I got cheated on by said rapper, he bought me a brand new Range Rover. So this was 2021. And He also like paid for all my furniture in my house. Like, I mean, he did the absolute most to try to make up for what he did after I found out he cheated. Mind you, I had access to his penthouse that is in like Midtown Atlanta. And so when I was in his penthouse, like, it was weave in the toilet. There was eyelashes on his bed. It's like, did you even try to clean this up? He didn't realize it because he hadn't been home and his cleaner was supposed to come and clean. She never came, I guess. I guess it was like a miscommunication. I think she went to his mansion and cleaned the mansion instead of cleaning the penthouse. So I walked in, I saw all this I lost it. Like, I mean, lost it. But yeah, so he gave me, you know, quite a bit of things to keep me happy. And I remember still, like, the next day we went to dinner, like Ray's on the River or something. It was like one of his favorite places to eat. So we went to dinner the next day and we were literally in his Rolls Royce truck, right? And I just started bawling. Like, I was crying so bad in the passenger side, and he was freaking out because he was like, baby, what's wrong? What's wrong? And as I'm crying, I just stopped and I looked down, you know, the center console where his arm was, and he grabbed my hand. And then I looked at the jewelry on my arm. And then I just started laughing. Because I'm like, you got a $30,000 watch on your wrist. You are sitting in a Rolls Royce truck, looking at stars, about to go get a dinner. He done got you a Range Rover. It's like, whatever you want, you just got. And it's like, you went through so much worse with broken and they didn't give you an apology and a wet ass and kept doing it. And that's when I finally realized, like, damn, like, crying in a Rolls Royce instead of a Honda is a real thing. And I'm going to choose it every time. I figure men are going to make you cry anyway. They're going to put you through it anyway. It may not be cheating, but every relationship has its problems. And I feel like pick your battles, pick a person that you don't mind going through your battles with, but you're going to go through some battles. And I'm going to go through that in a Rolls Royce, in a Bentley, in a Phantom, in a Gratata, whatever. I'm not going through it with a broken. Like, I just refuse to go through it. And please miss me with the, oh, we need self-love. Every man won't cheat on you. You gotta, you know, believe in better so you can attract better. Gratata. I always know a woman that never dealt with a rich nigga. Like, the ones that never dealt with a rich don't understand these problems. So I don't expect y'all to get it, but have fun with your dusties, and I'm going to have fun with who I have fun with.
This is what continues to keep y'all where y'all are. Somebody in the comments said, I don't want to cry at all, but if I had the choice, I'd rather be cheated on by someone who's going to do the most for me. Why would he be doing the most for you? Money or not? You're saying that he doesn't like you. Why would he be doing the most for you? You see what kind of logic that is? Somebody else said, and as a married woman, don't marry just for love either. Make sure he's providing in totality, no struggle love, and I love my husband. Once again, some of you guys, married or not, just need to stay off the internet because that's foolishness. I get not wanting to marry just for love because there are different aspects to a relationship. But if a man, in terms of providing in totality, the way a lot of these women define it, that's you being lazy. That's you being around the house doing nothing. And what man is going to want that? How many men are going to want that? Let me say it like this. Somebody else says, as someone who is 41, definitely married for a lifestyle / money. There isn't anything wrong with that. Enjoy your life. You only get one. Unfortunately, once again, this is the type of stuff that continues to keep women single, or I should say, unfortunately, as a disclaimer, toxic relationships. Y'all keep on going after the wrong things. Y'all never do any self-reflection. Y'all never step back and say, why am I continuing to run into these types of people? It's because you continue to look for the wrong things. Y'all keep on telling men, get away from these types of women that want to use you for X, Y, and Z. And then y'all take y'all silly behinds right into the trap.
Secure, healthy, masculine, provider type men, the type of man that you want to be with, needs to feel respected in the relationship. So let's talk about what this looks like and how you can give a man respect in a way that he's going to lean in and want to provide more for you. Okay, one of the core needs of a masculine man is to be respected, and the reason is because when a man feels respected, then he feels good enough, and he feels valued. And guess what? That's a core need for all of us, right? We ladies want to feel valued and feel good enough too, but men are the same way. So the best way you can do it is through giving respect. So here's different ways you can respect a man. Number one, trust the process of getting to know him in the slow burn, and trust him. Men want to know that you trust him to make choices, to take care of himself, to handle problems, to be there for you, to, if he says he's going to do something, that he's going to do it. When he also wants you to trust that if you ask him to do something, he's going to do it. So if you ask a man to do something and he hasn't done it yet, you can use feminine communication. I have different tools for that, but you have to trust that he's going to take care of it. When you can trust a man, then he's going to feel like, oh, okay, she knows that like she can relax and I can take care of this. Number 2, active listening. Ladies, we interrupt men too much. Men love to tell stories. They tell us their opinions. They want to be able to have a place to open up to. And so when you're interrupting him or you're telling him, oh, I've already heard that story before, or you're sitting there on your phone scrolling, or you're off gazing, or you're just going to like turn the conversation back to you, talk about your girlfriends and your problems, he doesn't feel like you're actually listening to him. Active listening involves you actually sitting there, listening, not waiting for, your turn to talk, but actually take in the information. You can even reflect things back to him, like, oh, I heard you say this, like, that's so interesting. Can you tell me more? Active listening is a core need for both of us. And if you're sitting there thinking like, well, he doesn't listen to me, sweetheart, then I want you to start leading and showing the example of what active listening is for a man. Trust me, it's going to go a long way. Number 3, respect his boundaries. If he says he can't hang out because he's got to go to the gym, respect that. If he says that he's got plans with the boys, let him do that. If he says that he's working super late at night so he can't give you a lot of attention right now, respect that. Okay? And also respect his need for alone time. Men recharge by being alone. A lot of men do. Men recharge by just having, like nothing to think about sometimes. Sometimes they just want to gaze off. Like us women are always thinking all the time. Like, so when you ask a guy, what are you thinking about? He says nothing. He's probably thinking about nothing. Like, give him that alone time. Give him that time to recharge. Give him that time to go into his man cave. Give him that time to do what he needs to do. Because when he can recharge, then he can be there better for you. Okay? Number 4, support his goals. If he's a healthy masculine man, support them. Do not try to go in and take away, his towards his goals. Like don't try to get all of his time. If he's like, I need to go take care of this because this is better for us, or this is one of my goals, he's going to see that you're detracting from his life rather than adding to it. Ask him about his goals. How's that going for you? How's everything going with work? How can I support you with this? We really need to support our men's goals, especially if we want support, like provider type, secure, vision driven men. Ladies, we got to support them. And watch, when you support his goals, he's going to support yours too. Okay? Next, speak highly of him in public and avoid public criticism. If you've got an issue with your man, you better deal with it privately. I do not want you talking about your man to your friends, in front of him. Like, if you have problems, you need to deal with that at home, not in front of people. Men are going to be very sensitive to how you speak to him in public. We always want to build him up. If he says something embarrassing, just laugh it off too. Address it later. Like, who cares? He's a human being. We have to be speaking about our men positively in public. There's way too much content on this app around how men are. When you wonder why they go into their caves, it's because we women aren't building men up. When you can build your man up and say how proud of him you are, compliment him. Tell him he's sexy. Tell him that you love how he just held the door for you. When you can build him up to say, like, I really appreciate how you're acting and how you're leading yourself right now, he's going to feel so appreciated. That is so important. And watch, he's going to treat you even better as a result, okay? Last one, show appreciation. Men want a lot of things, but one thing that they really do value is appreciation. He just wants to make your life easy. Appreciate how he plans dates, how he thinks about you by sending a text message. Appreciate how he makes time for you in his schedule. Appreciate how he sits there and listens to you vent about your day. Appreciate how he goes out of your way to do those small tasks around the house or to help you out to make things easier. Appreciate how he makes you breakfast or how he plans dinner. Appreciate all the little things that he does that he's just trying to say to you through those actions, like, I care about you. When you can start to appreciate all the tiny little things that men do for you, watch, they're going to just lean in and they're going to give you even better queen treatment. So we want to respect men because we want to be respected too. And it starts with us, ladies. We are leaders in relationships too. Men respond to us and how we treat ourselves and how we treat them. So I need you to start respecting your man more and watch how he's going to treat you even better. If he's a masculine, healthy, secure man who's actually interested in you, okay?
Guys in the comments, I can confirm appreciation for doing something to make her life better, easier. Checks a box in my brain, says she appreciates this act. It equals I'm going to do more and I'm going to do it more often. Guy says I'd rather be respected than loved. You can respect a man and not love him, but you can't love him and not respect him. Bars. And instead of just saying, oh, thank you for this advice, I think I'll try this. A woman says this feels like overall advice for every type of relationship, familial and friendship as well. Well, it seems like even though this should be, it's not, because some of these ladies out here think that they don't need to respect a man and that a man should continue to go all out, pay for them, buy them things, take them out for dinner. So that's why it's got to be said.